Hello and welcome back to the patio transformation kind of little series of videos. You can see the jasmine is doing really well, getting flowers on both of them. I do need to tie up that one at the back. But a few weeks ago, I think now, we purchased these pots together and they're absolutely stunning cement pots. And like this one's on like a little, they weigh a ton. This one's like on a little pedestal. They're really, really beautiful. So I've got the pots and I actually also have the plants. And so I'm really ready to kind of get them all planted up and probably do a little reshuffle with some of the pots here on this sort of patio area. But what I'm needing is saucers. I need saucers and I need little kind of risers to put in the saucers so that the pots aren't just sitting directly in the water. So I have come out here before I head to the garden centre with my tape measure just to measure the bases of the pots and determine what size saucers I need. So that is what I'm going to do. I wanted to show you the pots before we went, and yeah, that's basically the plan of action for the beginning of this episode. Alright, I'm going to tell you so that I remember when I get there. I'm looking for a saucer probably around 33 centimeters for this one, and then probably around 22 centimeters for this one here. It doesn't have to be exact, but they're probably the minimum dimensions or diameter that I'm looking for. And then I will kind of need little pot risers to go with that. All right, well, let's head off. So yes, we've just arrived, as you can tell, at the garden centre. Oh my goodness. Is that?
Yep. Yes, that is.
Oh my gosh. Would you look at this? Let me zoom in so that you can see this like look at that! They've got their Christmas stuff out. I feel like maybe we should look at that in case we want to get another light up reindeer. For the orchard!
Yes.
So we've just come to the sort of plastic saucer area, and I'm going to tell you, this is the smaller garden centre, and I would have liked them this colour, but that they've got only the square. They've only got the terracotta and the dark grey, which I don't love. I have purchased it in case I absolutely am desperate for something, but yeah. So we're going to have a little poke and outside, a little potter out there, and just see what else they have. How cute are these? They're outdoor Christmas baubles. I could decorate that.
Resistant.
Yeah, shatter resistant, Mum said, in case they drop from outside. I could decorate the large tree in the orchard. I was just going to see if they had, I've got 2 of these solar light up outdoor reindeers, kind of like that. Oh yes, solar powered. That's basically what I have. How cute are they? Oh my gosh, they're $99 though. I definitely did not pay $99 for it. I mean, maybe that's a little bit better, the standing one. Yeah, gosh. We're also going to pick up this one for on the patio, so this will be added to the patio project. We'll have to get another pot for it in future, but that's the type there. I'm sorry I didn't talk to you again last night. By the time we got home and unloaded everything, I was tired and I thought I would talk to you again this morning. So we've got all of these gorgeous plants here ready for the patio project. But you would have hopefully seen last night the music was so loud at the garden centre, so I couldn't really talk to you. But I ended up buying this really gorgeous pink crystals. Such a pretty plant. I mean, it's a little on the wonk at the moment, but we can fix that up definitely with a little bit of staking and making sure we balance it out when I plant it. So all of these plants are ready for the patio project, as I said, but I unexpectedly picked up this one, and I actually do not have a pot for it. And all the other pots on the patio look gorgeous, so I don't want to just put it in a yucky pot. If I'm going to do it, I would prefer to just do it right the first time. So we're going to very, very quickly this morning pop out to the garden centre where I kind of get a lot of my concrete pots, and we're just going to pick up one pot for this one here. Gosh, she's beautiful. Can you see? Look at the little tiny delicate pink flowers that she gets. So pretty. I love her habit. She's almost like a little bit of like a Christmas tree. But yeah, so I'm going to hop in the car now. We're going to head to the garden centre. I already know which pot I want, so it will be a very quick trip. Pick up the pot, and then we'll come home and then get going on the front patio transformation. So we have arrived at the garden centre, and this is the pot that we're getting. I think it will match all the other pots that we've got on the patio really well. So I'm just going to get that into the trolley, and that's pretty much it from here. So that's great. So then we'll head home. So we're now home and just out in the patio area. We've got our little collection of plants here. We've got the pots that we have been collecting, the one we got today and the other ones we got a few sort of weeks, possibly months back. And then we've got the saucers to go underneath all of them. And I thought I would just very, very quickly refresh your memory on how this is all looking. So we think this one here and this one here are going to move back here. So this is the same sort of plant, so we think we might do a little cluster. This is actually quite a massive grass that's had the haircut for spring, so it will eventually kind of bush back out, but that will kind of leave these spaces here available. And we're going to pop this one probably in here, and then this one here is going to have one of the yellow the yellow dwarf brooms in here. I just think that will be a really pretty kind of welcome when you're coming in through the gate. We've obviously got the trailing violet here, and that'll kind of just push out this area, get some beautiful flowers in. The grass will be there kind of behind, and then these can provide a bit of height behind that. And then I think what we're going to do is have a bit of a rejig of these pots. So we might have a little play around. We've got like a little hand tilt trolley. So we might have a little play around with how these pots are currently. We've also got our soil ready to go. This one might end up moving out to the back patio area near the rocking chairs. I think it'll be much happier there in more of the shade. And then again, just these pots over here, we might just have a little play around and just see what's going to be the best fit for this space. But yeah, so I'm going to probably pop you on a tripod somewhere while the next thing is going to be maybe to reposition these plants, and then we'll rejig all the pots, make sure we're happy with all the positionings, and then we'll get to potting. So I will pop you on a time lapse. So as you would have just seen, I've had a little play around with the arrangement of the pots here. I think I'm happy with this. I think that's really gorgeous as you're coming in through the front door. Once the jasmine has kind of filled this out, imagine it with all these white, beautiful flowers, and then this with the white flowers. I think that'll be very impactful when you're sort of coming in. I will say, I hate this saucer. I do not like it at all. I want that colour, the sort of more kind of sand colour, which matches the house. But as you know, they didn't have any other colours but the terracotta or the grey. So these saucers won't go to waste. I will use them for other things around the garden and that. But the next time I go to the larger garden centre, which is just further away, that's all, I will pick up a few more of these colours and I will swap them over because, yeah, it ruins the vibe. The aesthetics are off here. But I think that looks really, really pretty with the little sort of champagne bowl here. I have to say, I kind of regret not buying 2 champagne bowls because we could have done like another one. Anyway, that's really nice. I'm happy with that. Just got my potting mix ready to go. And then just over here, I've got this quite nice little rounder, sort of fatter one here. I think that looks really good with the yellow and the white. And obviously it will eventually sort of grow out. It gets about 1 metre tall by about 70 centimetres wide. So it should overfill the pot, which I think will be beautiful. And then with these nice sort of delicate kind of drooping flowers, I think that looks really nice. So I'm happy with how that is. And then this one is going to move out near the rocking chair. So I'll just use my little tilt trolley to help me do that later. And then over here by the water feature, I've got this little conifer that is in desperate need of some TLC. I think it's going to be, it was in full sun. I think it's going to be so much happier here in this partly shaded position. You can see I just kind of need to do a bit of a tidy up and remove those sort of dead leaves at the bottom there. So I think it'll be much happier here. And then we've got this new pot that we got today. Again, not really happy with that saucer, so I will pick up other saucers. But I've then got this really beautiful pink crystals that I showed you a little while ago around the potting shed side. And it likes full sun part shade. So again, I think it's going to be really happy, and I think it's going to add quite the elegant kind of structure here. But if I had picked up another one of those champagne pots, I think a little champagne pot here would be really nice and have like a little cluster of 3. Just over here, little Peter's still doing nice. I would like to probably get some small pots for just around here, just to soften this as you're kind of walking in through the gate. But again, for future, but for today, I think that's good. This one I'm not happy with at all on the patio anymore. It's going to be repositioned, replanted elsewhere in the garden, which is fine. It will definitely be repurposed. And then just over here, as I showed you, we've got the dwarf broom in here with her beautiful yellow blooms. I think that once she fills out here, and then you'll have that yellow, and then you'll have the yellow sort of up over there, I think it'll tie it all together. We've got this one in. If I come into the shade, there you go, you can see it better. This one's gone in. This has been repositioned, so it was here. I've moved it back because this is only 25 centimeters. And then the one that was here has just been repositioned with its little like friend over there. As I've already said, there's a massive gap here, but this is going to completely bush back out in the coming weeks. You can already see it is shot up. It was basically shorn all the way down. So this has grown in only a matter of maybe 2-3 weeks. So that is incredible. But yeah, so I might get this one dragged out and then get this one around to the rocking chair. And then we'll start planting up, and I will show you what it all looks like once they're all in their new homes and planted up and looking lovely. I will give you a quick little look now that I've got everything potted, but I will come back out later once I've hoovered, given everything a good drink, and the sun isn't on this patio. You'll be able to see so much better at that time. So I'll show you this little corner first. Oh, I'm so happy. This bunch is gorgeous, so effective, very impactful, right here in this sort of entryway area. The pot is ruining the aesthetic, the saucer is ruining the aesthetics there, so just ignore that for now. But that is looking beautiful. And I have to say, the jasmine, even with just so few flowers, the smell is just really pretty out here. Probably need to give her a water and maybe a good fertilise as well. It's been a couple of weeks since we planted her, so she could probably do with a bit of a fertilise. So that is looking really nice. And then this little corner over here, oh, I love this pot. Again, not really happy with the saucer, but that's okay. We'll pick up something at another time. These two pots go so well. Beautiful. The yellow and the white is such a fresh pop of colour, and I cannot wait for these to get quite sort of big and bushy and kind of drape over the pot. So that is looking beautiful. This little conifers had a little bit of a tidy up, but might just need a little bit of TLC for the next couple of weeks while she settles into this new position. I do think she's going to be much happier here in a more partly shaded position. I think she won't get as burnt from the sun. And the pink crystals is looking so pretty. She was a little bit, you'll remember, a little bit on the wonk, but we've just popped in a little wooden stake there just to straighten her up. If you're wondering what this is, these are lights, they're solar lights. So at night time they just light up. It's very pretty. I think that's so nice. I think it's just gonna look, oh, yay. I'm racing to get all this in now because obviously we are about to enter summer. Only a matter of weeks before the really hot weather starts. So I'm keen to get as much potted up and settled before that really harsh summer temperatures start. But this is looking really good. A few more little pots there and then I will be happy. Still need to try and get something. I've been trying to get trades out to give me quotes for this concrete. So difficult at this time of year. Understandably, everyone's trying to finish everything before Christmas break and that, but very, very challenging to get trades out. So if I can't get people, it might have to be the new year, or I might have to come up with another plan for this concrete. It is a few hours later, and we have the gorgeous golden hour light out here. Birds are starting to settle in for the evening, and I thought I would take you for a quick little whiz around and show you in this lighting just so you can kind of see everything a little bit better. So this one used to be here and we've just popped it back and we've put this new little fella in here. These pretty little flowers that grew, or the name escapes me, grew, it started with a G. I'll pop it on screen. That one there. This grass will fill in this entire space. And then we've got the dwarf broom here, which will bush out and fill there. We've got our little Peter. Looks so sweet by himself in that little pot. He will fill that pot out in months to come. He will definitely fill it out. I definitely want to get probably another little 2 pots for here to do like a little cluster of 3. And then over here, how beautiful is this? I've given everything a drink of water, but how beautiful is this looking? And the perfume from the jasmine. Oh, I cannot wait for a couple of months' time. It is just going to look spectacular out here. But this, I'm very, very happy with this. I probably wouldn't add any. Apologies, the camera battery just went. As I was saying, I'm very, very happy with this little cluster of 2 here. I probably wouldn't get, famous last words, but I probably wouldn't get anything additional for here. This is a bit of a walkway, so I'd like to kind of keep it free so you can actually walk through. But in a few months, this will look unbelievable. And then, cannot wait to get a new umbrella. I will not even show you the current umbrella. this is all looking fairly like nice and full and lush. This one here just had a massive trim back, and the English ivy on the fence here is actually bouncing back. So maybe they just don't like winter. And now that we're close to summer, it's happier. I'm not sure. But yeah, definitely bouncing back. And this is getting all new leaves. So that's very nice. Again, this grass will fill in all of here. I would like to get something for out the back here, like something quite, not quite tall, but maybe like a meter and a half, I think could be quite nice in here. And then we've got the pink crystals here. I'll take a little step back so you can see her properly. What like a pretty structure for a plant. Like her shape and her branches are very pretty. And I said earlier, I probably would like maybe 2 or 3, just maybe like a little triangle here of smaller pots with low plants, just to kind of bush out and make sort of underneath the water feature quite sort of lush and green. I probably would like to add a little statue out here as well. Something just very sweet and magical. Gosh, the birds are all trying to settle for the evening. But yeah, maybe something, 3 little pots here. Something really pretty, something nice and low that doesn't kind of detract from the water feature. And possibly a little statue or something really pretty. And then just over here, we've got the second dwarf broom in that gorgeous little round kind of little chubby sort of pot there. I think that's so pretty. And then the last of the climbing jasmine. Already, just with this couple of very small changes, like in last week's video, adding these pots and adding in the jasmine, and then just adding a few of these little additional pots here has just made such an impact on the space. I know I said it, I think in last week's video, I'm just really keen to make this a very welcoming green space, and obviously we've got the concrete here, and so I'm just trying to add a lot more greenery and just make it a really lush, beautiful kind of location so that you can have breakfast out here. It's quite like the sun trap in the early morning, so having breakfast on this table is gorgeous with the umbrella up, or even like now, this time of day when you've got this, because I can actually see the sun is setting at the moment, so you can see the sunset from here, having like drinks out here, watching the sunset, maybe like a little champagne or something, just so beautiful. But I really just want to spend a little bit of time on this space. It's been a little bit neglected, so I think a few statues, some gorgeous lighting out here, beautiful furnishings, umbrellas, I can really transform it into something just amazing in such a beautiful outdoor living space. So anywho, that is going to be it from me today. I hope you have kind of enjoyed the next part of this little transformation at the front patio, I'm going to call it. As I have said previously, this one is probably going to take a little while, and it may not be finished until the new year, just kind of depending on how I go with everything and trades and being able to source the pieces that I want. So I will definitely keep you completely updated on it all, but you just might find that there's not a new one of these videos, like an update on this transformation every week. Well, I'm going to bid you farewell and wish you a good night and a great rest of your week, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.